in a movie. Let's head now this morning to the editorial coordinator and film critic for HollywoodChicago.com. Patrick McDonald is back with us. Hey, Patrick, good morning. Hello.
Good morning, Dan. Be safe, be healthy. I'm learning to fly. Let's go to the movies.
Flight Risk, your first movie to review today.
Flight Risk, currently in theaters since last week, January 17th. Now, this thriller was not screened for critics last week, but I slipped into a theater and caught it just a review for you, Dan.
Hey.
Michelle Dockery is Madeline Harris, a deputy U.S. Marshal whose job it is to find Winston Topper Grace of that 70s show, an accountant for a mobster who seems connected to all corruption. Once Deputy Harris busts Wilson on the run in Alaska and convinces him to squeal on his boss, she has to escort him via a rickety propeller plane over the mountains to Anchorage. It becomes apparent that the pilot, Mark Wahlberg, isn't who he seems to be. Can Deputy Harris land the plane with no training as a pilot when it suddenly becomes pilotless? Ooh, you got to suspend a ton of disbelief to buy into the situation, but it is a movie and not a documentary. Michelle Dockery and Topper Grace are sincere as the passengers on the made-for-the-movies airplane, and Wahlberg clearly likes portraying a we-don't-know-who-he-is psycho, complete with a fake bald head. There are the usual tropes for the airplane in peril genre, plenty of surprising weapons, a satellite phone that has better reception than any cell plan, and most classic, the man on the ground, voice of Naz Ali, bringing Madeline in for a landing. This is directed with precision by Mel Gibson, which proves that there are second and third, in his case, multiple chances, but I digress. As my mind wandered, I did surmise a sick kind of symbolism in this film. There are no authority figures to rely on as long as there are bribes to be given, and the rest of us are just trapped in a plane to nowhere and not knowing how to land and not being able to trust who is out there to help us. To quote Admiral Akbar in Return of the Jedi, it's a trap. Flight Risk, 3.5 out of 5 in theaters right now. Get your tickets.
Excellent. Mark Wahlberg, how'd he look in a bald head?
Well, what was weird about it is that it was obviously shaved. You could see that he had hair, but they didn't do it like the makeup people didn't really bring it down to a shiny dome, which I'm used to.